Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपी कांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे
कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। ओके चलो हरे कृष्णा सोहन।
हरे कृष्णा।
All right, so we yesterday we completed chapter 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam. So अभी 19वां अध्याय हम लोग पढ़ेंगे, right? We have been reading Srimad Bhagavatam for last around 3 months maybe, and Bhagavad Puran. So Bhagavad Puran is the Puran of really the Bhagavad Katha, and it is supposed to be the most pure and the greatest Puran. Is what we are reading right now in Srimad Bhagavatam. As we know, there are 12 cantos. We are getting close to completing cantos 1, which is like on creation. Yeah, and we went through chapter 18. Yeah, and we'll revise very quickly within half an hour once we are done with chapter 19. So the chapter 19 is appearance of Sukdev Goswami. Yeah. So, okay, so as we know, the Brahman boy cursed Maharaj Parikshit, right? And his name is Shringi, right? And Shringi is the son of which Rishi?
Samik Rishi. Samik.
Samik Rishi, right?
Samik.
Samik Rishi is the one who was doing tapasya. Yeah, when Maharaj Parikshit entered his ashram, and then he was totally in meditation, but then Maharaj Parikshit was so thirsty and hungry, and then, you know, it was supposed to be welcoming Kali Yuga kind of, and he got agitated. He put the snake, dead snake, and then Brahman boy heard it, and then he didn't have that much idea, and then he went ahead and he cursed Maharaj Parikshit, right? Maharaj Parikshit को श्राप दिया, और क्या श्राप था?
7 days में तक्षक will beat him.
Right. Yeah? 7th day को तक्षक नाग will bite you, and there is no escape from that. So now Parikshit Maharaj on the way is thinking like, oh, what did he do really? Yeah. So let's start with Adhyaya 19, where Sukdev Goswami ji appears, and that is where the Srimad Bhagavatam really starts, right? So let's read the first one. Anil ji.
जी। सूत उवाच महीपतिस्वथ तत्कर्म गह्ये विचिन्त यन्नात्मकृतं सुदुर्मना अहो मया नीच मनयार्व्रतकृतं निरागसि ब्रह्माणि गूढ़तेजसि। Suta Goswami said, while returning home, the king Maharaja Parikshit felt that the act he had committed against the faultless and powerful Brahmana was heinous and uncivilized. Consequently, he was distressed. Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna. Right. So Maharaj Parikshit is thinking like, what did he really do? that was not a good thing, right? Ravi?
ध्रुवं ततो मे कृत देव हेलनाद दुरत्य व्यसन नीति दीर्घात तदस्तु काम ऋण्य घनिष्कृत ताय मे यथा न कुर्या पुनरेव मृदाः. King Parikshit thought, due to my neglecting the injunctions of the Supreme Lord, I must certainly accept some difficulty to overcome me in the near future. I now desire without reservation that the calamity come over, for in this way I may be freed of the sinful action and not commit such an offense again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So think about Maharaj Parikshit, right? So he says, like, without reservation, I should get the punishment, right? The punishment should happen. So those are the kings, right, who by mistake did a mistake, but saying that, how can he be now freed of this sinful reaction? So that's how Maharaj Parikshit is actually thinking. And here in this para, it's also mentioned, Soham, read those 3 lines.
The family members of a devotee also share the effects of a devotee service unto the Lord. Maharaj Prahlada saved this demon father by his personal devotional service. A devotee son in the family is in the greatest boon or blessing of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? Like Soham is speaking for himself. Yeah? A devotee son in the family is the greatest boon or blessing of the Lord. Right? Like we see Maharaj Prahlad. He saved like even his demon father, and then he asked for his 7 generations to be devotee and be able to go back to the Godhead. So the family members of a devotee also share the effects of a devotee's service unto the Lord. So, Sachin? Sachin, you unmute.
Issue with my mouse here, sorry. Adyaiva Rajyam Bala Vruddha Kosham Prakopita Brahmakula Nalo Me Dahatva Bhadrasya Punarna Mebhut Papiyasi Didvid Jadeva Gopya. I'm uncivilized and sinful due to my neglect of Brahmanical culture, God consciousness, and cow protection. Therefore, I wish that my kingdom, strength, and riches burn up immediately by the fire of Brahma's wrath, so that in the future I may not be guided by such inauspicious attitudes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nisha?
सचिन्तयनित्थ मथा शृणोति यथा मुने सुतोक्तो निरुक्तिस्तक्षकाख्यः स साधु मेने न चिरेण तक्षका नलं असक्तस्य विरक्तिकारणम्. While the king was thus repenting, he received news of his imminent death, which would be due to the bite of a snake bird occasioned by the curse spoken by the sage son. The king accepted this as good news, for it would be the cause of his indifference toward worldly things. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right, so the king accepted this as a good news. Yeah, see the difference? He did a mistake, now he is accepting this as a good news. What a difference, right? In today's world, there will be something else. Right? And actually there's a good purport given here, so we'll take some time to read this. Soham, let's just read this paragraph, please.
The life of a human being is a chance to prepare oneself to go back to Godhead, or to get rid of the material existence, the repetition of birth and death. Thus, in the system of Varnashrama Dharma, every man and woman is trained for his purpose. In other words, the system of Varnashrama Dharma is known as also as Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, or the eternal occupation. The system of Varnashrama Dharma prepares to a man for going back to Godhead, and thus a householder is ordered to go through the force as a vanaprastha to acquire complete knowledge, and then to take sannyasa prior to his inevitable death. Parikshit Maharaj was fortunate to get a 7-day notice to meet his inevitable death, but for the common man there is no defined notice, although death is inevitable for all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right? So many things are mentioned here. Right? The first of all is, what is the life of a human being is what? Right? It's a chance to prepare oneself to go back to Godhead. And why would you want to do that? So that to get rid of the material existence. Yeah. Now none of us can deny this fact, right? That this is all material existence, right? And that is science too, right? It's all material existence. And no one of us can deny the fact that there is a repetition of birth and death. Or at least we definitely know there has been one birth and there will be one death, right? This much is very clearly known. Based on the scriptures, we know that there has been repetition of birth and death, and how should we get rid of that is oneself is to go back to Godhead. And then how should you go back is what is explained in our scriptures, right? Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna himself has explained that, right? And earlier days, they used to have one ashram dharma. These days, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has clearly given us, like chanting and dedicating, surrendering to Lord Krishna itself can take you back to the Godhead. Now he also, one more thing is saying is Parikshit Maharaj was fortunate. And why was he fortunate? Because he knew 7 days in advance that he is going to meet his inevitable death, right? So what he is doing, like he's not worrying about it. So he's trying to prepare for it. And how is he preparing for it is what we are going to read, right? What he's going to do. Now, but for the common man, there is no definite notice, right? Although death is inevitable for all, foolish men forget the sure fact of death and neglect the duty of preparing themselves for going back to Godhead. Let's just read some more lines here. Soham, would you just continue, please?
They spoil their lives in animal propensities to desire to condemn Brahmanical culture, God consciousness, and cow protection, for which the state is responsible. The state must employ revenue to advance these 3 items and thus educate the populace to prepare for death. The state which does so is the real welfare state. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm saying deterioration of the ideals of Indian civilization, which we are seeing every now and then, and more so in India, saying is has brought about the deterioration of civic life, not only in India, but also abroad. Right?
Yeah, one comment here is, Gajendra, that we talk about welfare state and it is sometimes considered to be not a good thing. But thousands of years ago, this particular Bhagavatam clearly talks about welfare state in Oriental. So, it is true that because we have gone away from our ideals, it has impacted not only India but the rest.
Right. That's a very good point, Mukesh, right? Is that so? It talks about the welfare state, but then welfare state with the responsibility of the whole civilization and the responsibility and the focusing on the goal of the human life, right? Because what is the goal of the human life? Like to be a billionaire, to be president, to be whatever? That's not the goal of the human life, right? That's a materialistic goal, which is fine when you're here, but really, what is the life of a human being is really a chance to prepare oneself to go back to Godhead. Like even for us, right? We are working 10 hours a day, whatever. And then finally we get half an hour to do the Srimad Bhagavatam, at least fortunately, and we get satsang, we have like Rasik Sham Prabhuji with us for some time, which is nice, right? So at least we spend half an hour doing the satsang and read Srimad Bhagavatam. But really, I mean, if you think, and not to blame anyone, but the fact is because everyone is so much engaged in like making money, because which is important to survive and to stay in any particular state, where is the time for people to really dedicate themselves to Lord Sri Krishna, to read Srimad Bhagavatam, really understand why are they there. We just forget about all this, right, in this whole life cycle. So yeah, no, that's a great point, Mukesh. I mean, look, and that's why there's a welfare state. So welfare state, there's a purpose behind it, though, not also like just simple welfare. Right? Isha, sorry, Ajay.
अथो विहाय मम च लोकम विमर्शितो हेयतया पुरस्तात् कृष्णा दिग्भ्रवे सेवा मधिमन्यान उपाविशत प्राय ममन धाम. Maharaja Parikshit sat down firmly on the banks of Ganges to concentrate his mind in Krishna consciousness, rejecting all other practices of self-realization, because transcendental loving service to Krishna is the greatest achievement, superseding all other methods. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what Maharaj Parikshit is trying to do in his final 7 days is he says this is it. He's totally concentrate his mind on the Krishna consciousness. He also says like, for a devotee like Maharaj Parikshit, none of the material planets, even the topmost Brahmalok is as desirable as Golok Vrindavan, right? We saw those 14 loks, right? Brahmalok is the highest. Lord Brahma resides, and we have Prithvilok, we have 6 below us and 7 above us, right? But none of that is desirable for Maharaj Parikshit. What is desired for him is Golok Vrindavan, the abode of Lord Sri Krishna, the primeval Lord, right? Adi Anadi, and the original personality of Godhead. Yeah. So that is what is desirable by the devotees of the Lord. Mukesh?
Yahweh Lasak, Sri Tulasi Vimisra, Krishnagiri Nen Abhyadi Kambunetri, Unati Loka Nubhyatra Sheshan, Kastanam Sevet Marishyamana. The river by which the king sat to fast carries the most auspicious water, which is mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord and tulsi leaves. Therefore, that water sanctifies the 3 worlds inside and outside, and even sanctifies Lord Shiva and other demigods. Consequently, everyone who is destined to die must take shelter of that river. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So that's the river where Maharaj Parikshit is sitting down for his meditation. So, please read those 4 lines.
According to the Vraha Puran, as quoted Stated by Srila Jiva Goswami, there is no difference between the water of the Ganges and the Yamuna, but when the water of the Ganges is sanctified 100 times, it is called the Yamuna. Similarly, it is said in the scriptures that 1,000 names of Vishnu are equal to one name of Rama, and 3 names of Lord Rama are equal to one name of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So two important facts given here, and it's all spiritual science, right? It's all mentioned in our scriptures, right? So one is when the water of Ganga is sanctified 100 times, it's called Yamuna, right? So that's the significance of Yamuna river. And what is in the name, right? We say in Kali Yuga, the name is the same as the Lord himself, right? So we take 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to one name of Ram, and 3 names of Ram is equal to one name of Krishna, right? So the best thing what we are doing in the beginning of this Srimad Bhagavatam, like every time we at 9 o'clock, we chant those names, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that's the beauty of the name. Tarun?
इति व्याचतित स पण्डेव्यः पर्योपवेशं प्रति विष्णुपद्यं ददो मुखनन्दगृह्ण अनन्यभावो मुनिवृतो मुक्तसमस्तसङ्गदम्. Thus the king, the worthy descendant of the Pandavas, decided once and for all and sat on the Ganges bank to fast until death and give himself up to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who alone is able to award liberation. So freeing himself from all kinds of associations and attachments, he accepted the vows of his sage. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? Mukta samasta sangha, right? So freeing himself from everything, he sat down on the hills. Actually, it's a very nice purport. If you get a chance, read this. Basically, it says that even if there are accidental sins committed by the devotee, the Lord saves the surrendered soul from all sins, and it's confirmed in the scriptures. Yeah. Siksha Prabhu?
जगमुर्भुवनं पूर्णानां महानुभावाय मुनयः सशिष्यसाः तत्रोपजगमुर्भुवनं पूर्णानां महानुभावाय मुनयः सशिष्यः प्रायेण तीर्थयात्रिगमा उपदेशैः स्वयं हि तीर्थानि पुनन्ति सन्तः. All that time, all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages, who could very sanctified a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there one on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey.
Right. So all the big Rishi Muni, Mahanubhava, Muniya hai, Sasishya hai, Sishyon ke saath, all the big Munis, right? So they already knew what's happening. They all started coming to where Maharaj Parikshit was sitting down and saying that they are going on tilt, right? By just taking that excuse, they are all arriving at where Maharaj Parikshit is sitting down for the pilgrimage, right? And they knew, right? We know that all those rishis already knew that that they could foresee that Srimad Bhagavatam would be spoken by Sukdev Goswami. Yeah. So all the sons, all Rishi Munis are getting there. So all of them wanted to take advantage of the great occasion. So think about like all these great rishis and munis. So who are we, right? So it is good that we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We only have 2 minutes, so we will let's hear the kirtan. Yeah. So we'll continue hearing the Hare Krishna kirtan we were hearing yesterday.